tough. Yeah.
Let's ask our next guest, member of the Senate Agriculture and Appropriations Committee's North Dakota Republican, Senator John Hoeven. Great to have you with us this morning. Senator, let's start with a $95 billion reconciliation package. There's a lot to it. So just from an overall standpoint, how critical is it for you and your colleagues to get all this done in time?
Yeah, Charlotte, Mark, good to be with both of you, and very important that we get all things done that you just talked about, and we're working hard at them. This week, we are on the sanctions package, which you're aware of, and I was hoping we'd get that passed this week, but it looks like it'll be next week. We are making good progress on that. The other thing we have to get teed up is a continuing resolution. Now, I hope today you'll see that we'll have that continuing resolution filed, and of course, that funds the government, so that's really important. We need to finish that. I think, again, we'll be voting on that next week. You mentioned the Reconciliation 3 package. That includes three big things. First, the Vote America legislation, which you referred to. And the critical piece there is it requires photo ID, whether you vote in person or by mail, which is very good. That's in there. And then also some help for our farmers, which I've worked very hard on, and also for the military, obviously, with munitions and that kind of thing because of what's going on with Iran and so forth. So, and then there's more too. We want to get a full markup on the Farm Bill, and we've got about 45 nominations en bloc that we're passing to get caught right up on the approval of nominations for the president, and more. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and Senator, you mentioned the Farm Bill as being part of the overall package, $12 billion in emergency assistance to America's farmers to address lacking crop production, winter freeze losses. And while many may not see it, I mean, this funding is absolutely critical for states like yours, my home state of Indiana, where they do a lot of farming.
Yeah, really, from North Dakota to Florida, I mean, we've all had different issues, and then out west as well, there have been real weather problems. We've had this heat dome that's burned up crops. You've had frost down in Florida. So there's just a whole range of things there that really make this important, and that's a very important part of the package that we're putting together.
I want to move on to election integrity now, and you mentioned it as well. Senate Majority Leader John Thune suggesting canceling your August recess until it's passed. Take a listen to this.
I'm for anything that we can do to get the Save America Act passed. What I always ask, the question I always ask is, what is your picture of victory at the end? What is the end game here? And if, in fact, staying here for the month of August means that we assume at some point there are going to be 10 Democrats cross over and vote for the Save America Act, I think we can stay here till Christmas. That's not going to happen. And the other thing I would say about that is that there aren't going to be 50 votes to get rid of the legislative filibuster. So if budget reconciliation...
Yeah, it seems like the math isn't mathing. I mean, you guys could stick around all August, right? But will there be enough votes to ultimately get the Save America Act passed?
Well, I'm a co-sponsor of the legislation. I think we need to do whatever it takes to pass the legislation. And what we're trying to do right now is move it through reconciliation, which only requires 50 votes. That's the key here, and that's why the heart and soul of it is making sure that you have photo ID, whether you vote in person or by mail. And that's the provision that we've included in the reconciliation package. That's the budget resolution that we would work to pass with 50 votes, and that's key right there. Because we know the Democrats are going to keep blocking us. We know that, and for no good reason. I mean, this is something that the Democrats across the country support, and here we have Democrats in the Senate. And obviously the House too, voting against it and blocking it makes no sense, which is why we're working to pass it at the 50 vote threshold as part of the reconciliation bill.
All right, makes sense. Hopefully you guys can get something done. 1 week left before August recess. Senator Hoeven, thank you for taking the time. Appreciate it.